Alright, everyone, we are back. First map was Haven, second map was Corrode, and now... Oh, I apologize. It's not Pearl. It's actually Split. The final map will be Split. That is my fault. I picked the wrong map on the filter. I will have to change that. On back real quick. Alright, we are back. And this time I actually did... Oh, wrong. Alright, we are back. It's going to be CSUCI versus Utah. We are on that final round. Final map is Split. First it was Haven, which was a win for CI. Second round was Corrode, which was a win for Utah. And now that final map, Split, is going to be our decider map. And we have a pretty interesting roster going on right now. That is going to be, and attackers are going to be CI, with defenders being Utah. Oh my god, Brandon absolutely getting that beautiful trap placement and first pick. And now getting that flash in. But gets picked off. And now we're seeing a lot of space being taken out down. Frogger wants that spike. Oh, sorry, not Frogger. Her dog is gonna get that spike, but cautiously, because because Utah is very clustered up on this first round down that mid line, and space is all for CI right now. Ooh, going through that waterfall, seeing if they can get something special, but Mahina is in their spawn. Very unsuspecting approach. Going in casually.
30 seconds left.
But cautiously. Able to get Frogger tagged, but gets taken out because of that. Oh, that is not even the aim. That is for shot inaccuracy. Which is unfortunate, and that's why the people don't like having the classic. But it looks like Scary really done Frogger in. Frogger is on his 3 feet in the grave. 1 HP exactly. That is terrifying. Oh, good kills for Infernape and Scary. And now Infernape takes down Frogger, finishing that first round. Goes to I.
Love explosions.
Actually, I do not know. There we go. All right. Honestly, I'm so excited for this final round. Had so much going on. Oh, great TP, but not great enough because that is where Scary really wins. That Marshall.
There.
Brandon is holding that line pretty well. And Nick is very intimidated to push this because Brandon just has a better gun. And you do not want to be down the barrel of something that could shoot better than yours. So now, Utah is going to reposition down that mid. Once again, kind of congesting themselves. And Scary gets that Marshall shot
Down mid.
in.
I have this fight.
But Scary also avoids that grenade. And all this util being completely dumped. 59 HP, still alive somehow. Really, really lucky. Oh, but Brands does take out Scary. Seems like they have less to fear now. Actually, that is a lie. They having a
30
classic
seconds left.
in itself is a scary thing. 30 seconds on the clock. Utah needs a move to make. It has to be soon. Ooh, double swing.
One
Going
enemy
all
remaining.
in. And now we're down
Player
to a
standing.
1v1. It is going to be Brandon versus
10 seconds left.
Friends. That plant does go down.
Spike planted.
Now it is up to this. Even fight. No util on both sides. It is up to raw skill, raw positioning. And it looks like Brandon wins that gunfight. It is now gonna be. Oh, the name tags are swapped in the wrong position. Again, I apologize that. Are they accurate now? Yes, they are. Alright, it is now 2-0. CSUCI has that 2-round lead. And they want to keep that for us as long as possible. But this round is going to be really decide whether they keep that lead or whether they lose that lead. This stabilizing one, because
Find the weak
it is
point
the bye round
and break it.
for Utah. Going out with that flash, and now it could just be a rundown, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Trying to play as aggressively as possible to hopefully overrun, but it doesn't seem to work. It seems like Nick is just on that A game right now. And Bishop does get that one pick with a ghost nonetheless. Very impressive play. Let's see what's going on. Elliot waiting, gets that necessary pick. That clean aim. Oh, never mind. I take that back. But Utah has so much space, so much site control right now. And it's just, once again, because of those guns. Better
One
gun,
enemy
better
remaining.
space, better movement. Grenade, do something. At least a kill, at least a pick, something to hinder. Because 4 players with full buy for free for that next round. Not gonna help. Seems like he's trying to bait them into thinking that he's saving, and no, at the last moment. Exactly, but it does not work out. But it, unfortunately, does not work out for Infernape, and that first round was a great play by Utah. That first round win for Utah. I need to rephrase that real quick. That third round goes to Utah. There we go. There we go. All right, let's see what CI is going to do in this case. It looks like a full buy for both sides. Clone out. Laliet is really trying to beat that Cypher wire. Whether it works or not is not really the question. The question, oh, Infernape absolutely sprays that smoke, taking his one. And now Brandon is going to put that dog out. It gets shot immediately, so intel is not really there, other than there are people shooting at the dog. are seeing really good positioning on both sides right now. Very evenly spread. And it is just a Cold War right now. But that Cold War is going to turn into a skirmish pretty soon. Frogger getting ready to push. Frogger is over getting ready for that push. They really want to just run down that B site, take it as fast as possible, get that plant in, and win. But let's see how easily Bishop will get that.
30 seconds.
Ooh, flash in, TP, gets taken out. It looks like that plant is coming to fruition. Getting that plant in. And that is site control. That is phase 1 for Utah. Phase 2 is coming in right now. But CI has a counterattack plan. They want to play that high ground as much as possible. Get as many picks as they can. And a grenade goes in, damaging Lalia, but not killing him. We hear a fake teleport. And boom, Mahina gets in. There is a flash that goes off. And he's still at smoke. That is a beautiful bait. And now it's a 1v1. 1v1, and he has advantage. And Frogger gets his 4K. And absolutely outplays CI. Is now 2-2. Even ground, but not even money. See right here that CI needs to save their guns. Needs to save their money. They are not even on money. Whereas Utah can really just kind of play into their money. Play into the economy. And just buy their guns. This round is going to be tough for CI to win. But it is going to be a necessary one. Alright, looks like CI just really wants to congest themselves up in that mid and wide swing it. And hopefully overrun them with bodies. But doesn't seem to work. And Fernet missing all those shots! Unfortunate. But it does happen. Ooh, 2. Gets a couple shots in. Is now tagged by that fade. Fine. That decay doesn't really call for much though. It's just the audio that matters.
Here.
I think Mahina's best case is just to pick up a gun and save.
Spike planted.
Not really much that she can do right now. And that's exactly what it looks like Mahina's gonna do. Pick up a gun and save. Once again, she's low on HP. Oh, never mind. Going in for the kill. Right. Stealthily approaching Spike. But there is a watch. Yep. That round is going to Utah. Although they lost this important round, there is another round that is important. But we are getting that timeout already, which is good. It is really nice to see that CI is calling the timeout early. Because being able to reposition, regroup, and just reorganize your team is what is needed. Especially when you have the chance to turn it all around. Turn Utah on their head. But having that timeout is really what CI needs. Especially since they keep on falling apart in areas where they shouldn't. I'm pretty curious about how this game's going to go. It is really early, but we have seen that both sides are very good at fighting each other. Both sides know how to play together. Both sides know what they are and know what their role is. So it really just comes down to who has the more efficient thought process and who knows how to play in terms of mechanical skill as well. Timeout is now over. Let's go back into that game. Honestly, away from the game though, I am so hungry and I am so thirsty. Oh my god. I cannot wait to devour a McDonald's double quarter pounder after this. I'm not even like in the mood for McDonald's, but like, you know what I mean? Like, man. Alright, Mahina. Try to jump peek. kind of bait some shots, bait anything that she can. Doesn't scan anything. And Laliet is absolutely killing it with that luck and skill. Both sides are extremely talented. Especially tonight, it seems like both sides really have that A game coming in. Alright, we're getting a push. And that is a beautiful Viper layer. Looks like Bishop is going to have to back up. But it's playing right into his hands. And he gets that checkmate on Laliet. Laliet had a good head strategy, but the plan did not come to fruition. And that's what CI really wants to block out. Brenz gets that pick though. We are seeing a lot of resistance now. See what Frogger is going to do, because we are now on heaven for A site. Frogger is going to go into vents and absolutely flood Bishop. Bishop gets his one, or gets his second. Now we're down at 3v3, pretty even. How Utah pushes out of this. Oh my god, with explosive power. But that explosion does not come to anything, but Scary throws that rocket back with his own and finishes off Utah. 3-3. That timeout really did wonders for CI. That Viper was their advantage. That layer was destroyed. There we go. That is the critical win that CI needs to start stepping up to that even ground. Now the money is a little even, still on that downside compared to Utah's economy. But there's a lot higher chance that CI can come back from it.
Right there.
Alright, looks like we got that Infernape. Went for a duel with Nick. Wins the duel, but her dog does take out Bishop. Mahina's is just spraying the gun down, and now it's low on ammo. Might be a hindrance, but he does get that reloaded. And ult to counter only gets one tag, unfortunately. Which means, oh, that flank is very effective though. And now Utah's pinched. Utah only has one route of escape, but it doesn't seem like that escape is going to come through. But they don't know that if there's anyone in vents or not. They're just going to trust the teammates. You guys could just putting in full faith. That could be a win. But going in alone without a trade is a bad idea, unfortunately, Mahina.
Last player standing.
And now, it's just up to Infernape. Infernape is at 3, but there is a TP to B site. That is the wrong site, Infernape. Aren't getting it.
Spike planted.
That spike is now planted. What will you do, Infernape? There's a lot that you can do here. You have the power. You have the tools. And Frogger is playing in the back. Frogger is really trying to make sure that any kill he gets is a one-tap, because he cannot fight any strict engagement. But Infernape uses his ult to get a defuse. And now is also blinded. Oh, the blind didn't last for long though. And Frogger takes out Infernape. That's unfortunate for Infernape. That could have been a very good win. It was really 50-50 there, but that ult unfortunately worked in the hands of Frogger. Alright, we're getting something really fast right now. Scary gets taken down by Nick immediately. Mahina going with that sheriff, putting in that judge jury, but Law is the executioner. Now it's just down to Bishop. He might need a priest for what's going to come next.
Spike planted.
That is the wrong order, but whatever. Bishop only has one choice, and that's two choices, and that's either to save his gun, go straight in, dedicated path of war. Gets his one, but gets traded out by your dog. Now it's 3 and 5. CI is desperately some situation that allows them to start winning. They did change up a little bit, but it looks like it just isn't working right now. We do have Bishop with that Cypher ult, and we do have that. We do have... Ooh, where is it? Alright, not appearing. Thank you. And we do have her dog with Fade ult. Fade ult is absolutely insane. Makes you death, makes you low on HP. Basically are at the mercy of Fade and her team. But it looks like that ult goes nowhere. Now Fernape is ready to attack. But that doesn't happen. Shut down. Mahina is able to take that one, take down Nick. And CI is moving in through those vents. They are venting at electronics. Doesn't seem so well for Utah, where CI, Brandon, can take out Brenz and her dog. And now it is on the hunt for Frogger. Frogger has been notorious for that lurk. He has been notorious for sneaking past and just being that little rat that everyone really can't seem to find. But he does know when to pounce as well. But unfortunately, a camera has him caught. They know where he's at now, and they're preparing to attack, but not together.
30
there we
seconds
go.
Left.
There's that teamwork that we need to see from CI. They need to play together to exterminate the rat, because Frogger is exceptional at these 1v1s. See, gets his one, gets his two through the wall. And it's up to
10
Bishop.
seconds left.
Now, there's that plant. Frogger knows where he's at. And it's Bishop. Sees the rat and removes him. But once again, those 1v1s are extremely deadly. And not only is Frogger really exceptional at just handling those 1v1s, he also just knows the mind. He's a psychologist in his own way. He knows how to play those mind games. He knows how to get people to think otherwise. Yet, especially when it comes to die. So playing together to eliminate Frogger is definitely a necessity when it comes to those clutch situations. Good thing that Bishop is his antithesis. Oh, Bishop through the smoke gets that headshot on Brenz. Very big. Very. Now that's a great way to start off this round. Her dog really going in. It takes a small dig at Brandon, but nothing too much. We're gonna have to see where those teeth can sink, but Scary has removed Nick. And Lolliot really raining that hammer down. Her dog is gonna go through vents, and Mahina removes her dog. Frogger and Lolliot playing together now to take over that heaven at B. For intel, Lolliot's gonna scout out with that ult. They can't see him, but he can see them. But not good enough. Fernape absolutely annihilates. Now, Frogger, at least trying to get that plant for a bit of extra money. But where's it gonna go? Down into the hammer of CI. CI absolutely drowning them with the wave.
Cheers, mate.
Now, it is 5-5.
Team A.
A very, very close game. We're tied. Both sides are tied right now. Now it is going to see where that tiebreaker, if they can get a tiebreaker for the half, or whether one side is going to have that lead. We're seeing this repetitive notion of win-loss, win-loss. And right now that money is definitely not, the tables have turned, and that money is definitely not going to be in Utah's side. Utah needs to win this round. They need it so bad in order to even get a foot back on that lead. Alright, seems like we are going to see a blitz towards B site. That rocket going out. Renz has that rocket ready and is going to shoot it towards where he thinks Infernape is. And they kill each other in a blaze of glory. That site is down. And CI is 3 men down now.
Last player standing.
Brandon, her dog takes out Brandon. Now it's just up to Bishop to clutch a 1v4 situation. This most likely happened, unfortunately. But they do have that money for that next and final round. There's not really much going on. But it does seem like Bishop wants that gun and full kit, as he does have that armor. This round is definitely going towards Utah. That's okay, because CI wants to come back bigger and stronger, and most likely get something. Man, I'm so happy. I'm so excited.
Last round.
This is genuinely like such an exciting game. Oh my god. Oh my god. Speaking of, you know what else I want that I've been craving recently? I've been craving Miss Vicky's chips. Have you guys like had Miss Vicky's? Oh my god. Like if you haven't, you need them. If you had, you understand what I'm saying. It's like, oh my god. They apparently sell them in like big bags. Like big bags. And I need some of that in my life. I didn't know that. I thought they were only in small bags, but I guess not. But now we're back in the game. Looks like default play on Utah's side. They just want to get picks and take advantage of any point possible. Mahina's going way too far in. Pushes that smoke and it does not end in her favor. Oh, that is mighty unfortunate. And now we're seeing that flooded. But unfortunately for Utah, that get absolute util dump doesn't really go anywhere. They don't really take a big full advantage of that util dump. CI is on that back foot now. Oh, getting those two Infernape is going off. Bringing back that equivalent, but not for long. Bishop trades that off. And now. Oh my god! Bishop with the clutch, evening it out for that next half. Beautiful aim.
Switching sides.
That's what I mean when I say mechanical skills are definitely going to be very important. Because both sides know how to play together. Both sides are very well versed with their team. But really, what it's going to come down to is whether or not the aim is there. Those few milliseconds, those small things is what really makes the players shine. And Bishop is definitely shining with holy light.
It goes here.
Now, that the sides have switched. CI is going to be attacking, and it does look like they want to go full into A. And it seems like her dog really does have a plan for this, and so does Brenz with that grenade. Oh, that grenade is definitely might do something, but it does nothing actually, because CI only cares about that bottom part. Trading out, and now CI has a new problem, and it's that top, but it is smoked off, so it seems like they're safe. It seems like CI knows how to play this site right now. Bishop going in for a small poke. Now, Scary is going to initiate the plant sequence. Infernape really getting ready. Gets that one tap. Very clean, very smooth. But Brent takes out Bishop. It's a 2v2. This on both sides, on the opposite sides of the map.
One enemy.
Ooh, good one, Scary.
Last player standing.
And now we're down to a 1v1. Oh, that grenade comes back to Scary. And they trade each other down. What a round to start it off. CI gets that first round since they did have that spike planted. Oh, what a beautiful round to start off the second half. That round right there shows you the true equivalence of both teams. Looks like round two, or round number 2 for the second half. It's gonna be the same thing, but slightly different. Nick tries getting a couple shots in, doesn't really go anywhere. And he jump peeks just for information. And now CI can easily flood that site. They have better guns too. So of course that's going to be a factor that always plays in to how both sides play. Bishop gets his first pick, and that is Viper. Very big pick, but there is another controller to worry about, and that is Frogger. Scary's going to push in with that flash. It looks like CI really wants to flood that site. Her dog gets the chase.
Last player standing.
And now is only the only one left. Have a great flank, but it didn't really go into an area where I wanted it to. Now forced to make a move. Stuck in the corner. A dog is back in the corner. It becomes its scariest. But unfortunately, the Bishop is the rain. Now we are 8-6. It seems like Utah is going to have a timeout, which makes sense. They are definitely on that loss streak of 2 in a row, which is where you really want to have that timeout come in. Oh my god. This is a beautiful match right now. Both sides playing as much as they can, playing at their top form, playing at their peak. Really, you're seeing pro players at their best. You are seeing both sides really do their best here. You're seeing great plays, great outwits. This is a battle of wits. This is a battle of aim. And this is the final stand for who will win, CI or Utah. Oh my god. Like, there's really nothing too wrong. Like, there are no fundamental errors. There's occasionally the misposition and just aim. But other than that, you're seeing both sides really just wanting to play together. Both sides really understanding each other. And even getting better as the game progresses. This is really going to be a match for both sides. Now we go back into the game. Back to the game we go. And right now we're seeing that CI really wants to kind of take over that mid, but also take a lot of that A space. A has really been their game. But if we look at their guns, it looks like the guns are actually going towards Utah right now because of how many deaths CI has been having despite their win streak. Yep, we are seeing a stalemate right now. No one dying, no one living. But guess who is ready to take initiative? It looks like Brandon and Bren's something, but are pretty scared too. Nick is gonna start drop. Nick's smoke is gonna drop. Taking cover. Really want to play that angle as carefully as possible. Don't want to lose that gun, but at the same time, he is in a pretty scary scenario. It is 2v1. Gets flashed, and he gets his 1, gets his 2. Can Nick get his 3? It looks like Scary takes down Nick. Mahina and Bishop take down their 1s as well. But Brenz really pushes back and takes down Bishop. And now, fight control is going to go to B. Elliot is waiting to be this whole game, this whole time. And that works out. He's now 8-7. Utah was able to win that round. But it was a Pyrrhic victory. They lost most of their units and a lot of their money. CI now has the money to full buy. But it looks is definitely seeming like this is going to be a very close game. Nonetheless, let's see how CI wins. Oh, sorry, not wins. How CI plays this round. And who will win. Semi not allowed yet are definitely on Eastbay right now. Oh, that nowhere. And it looks like Scary does take out Frogger. That initiative has started. And we are seeing a heavy emphasis on push. Scary gets slapped in the face by Law. Law is raining down that hammer. Infernape is a victim of it too, but Brandon gets taken down. And now it is 8-8. Oh, what a play by Law. Really knows how to lay down that hammer. Really knows what he's doing as the judge, jury, and executioner. But we can't let go of just him. There's also Brenz, which has been another top performer, and Nick, who really understands how to play around with those smokes. Ooh, great util dump. But let's see if it goes anywhere. Scary is absolutely ready to making it an initiative, despite being marked, despite having these debuffs. So Brent just has that range, takes him out. But Bishop has even further range with that Marshall. We are really going in it now. Frogger gets the shots off because it's an automatic Infernape, misses that ideal matchup. CI really does not want to lose the lead. Oh, bites her dog. Now Mahina takes out Berenz. Now her dog takes out Brandon, but gets traded out by Mahina.
I know exactly.
And now Bishop is ready to find them. The eyes of the priest are no match. And now it is a 2v1. Once again, this is really where Frogger excels with these 1v1s, with these clutch scenarios, but he can't hear. And that opens a play for Bishop to really stab Frogger in the back. CSUCI retains that lead, retains what they have, and we're about to lose. Really swinging it back like that riptide.
Time to mobilize my pack.
But Law misses 2 shots. Oh man, definitely had that terror strike in by both Brandon and Scary. Now 10-8. The momentum is definitely in CI's favor, but this round is up to Utah to really decide whether that lead stays or goes. That momentum could be stopped at any moment, and this would be the best one. But Scary goes straight in, no fear, no mercy. Puts down that boom bot. And it doesn't scan Nick. Oh, now it does. Scary knows now. Scary is aware. Nick is afraid.
Spike planted.
But guess what? Infernape getting that lurk in like a pro, and Scary is now taken down. And now it's just up to Frogger immediately. Almost instantly. Frogger's entire team is now down. But Frogger, once again, with those 1v1 matchups, beautiful aim. There we go. That paranoia is now gone. Do we hear a TP? Now it is all about the mind games, and we do know who excels in these mind games. And it is Frogger. Frogger really knows how to play around these line games. Mahina running into that smoke like he expected. That momentum has been stopped. But once again, it's another Pyrrhic victory for Utah. They can buy guns for the most part, but that economy is really drained. But CI has that reserve. Has still some reserves in their bank left. Just buy a little more to be a little freshened up. Even after this round, they'll still have some money. But these Pyrrhic victories are very scary for Utah because it means that they have to play just a little differently, and that can change. Oh, I apologize. We got a DC. This DC is definitely going to go in the favor of Utah. Now, it does seem like we got an instant reconnect, though. Luckily.
Scout destroyed.
All right, let's see what Infernape and Mahina do right now. Her dog is really low on that health. Frogger is really waiting to get that beautiful paranoia. Looks like comes in right now. But you can't see. He gets taken out. And now Frandon. Now, CI could really just run down the site, but they can't hear anything.
Last player standing. One enemy.
And now we're down our 1v1. It is Brent's. But Brent's has to fight a rocket. Survives it. Not necessarily wins. Takes the plant. Positions that ankle. And does not win that miss aim. Trying to aim from that high and switching just does not work very well. Now, CI is going to have a timeout. That was very, very distracting for CI. That was very unfortunate that they had a disconnect. And I believe that is what most likely caused that round loss because that is just morale killing and momentum hurting. Even though it was quick, it was effective at doing such a thing. But even despite that, the round matchup was close. And that timeout is definitely necessary because CI is also losing that lead now. So far, we do have... So far, this round has been back and forth with two wins, two losses for both sides, and this is going to be definitely a tiebreaker round. Both sides don't have much money to spare. Both sides don't really have much to do, and whoever wins this round is definitely going to take the lead for the next, and maybe even the final match point round. But we will have to see what happens soon. You can see right here, like I said before, this is 10-10. This is very back and forth second half, and this game in general has been very exciting, very stress-inducing on both sides. And this is the critical round. Wally has a Bucky. Really wanting to play close right now. Really wanting to play ratty. Probably get that single pick. We get some trades going in. And a boom bot. And that Astro Wall actually goes in Lalia's favor. Being able to get that back. But gets traded off immediately.
Spike down A.
Wow, maybe it was not as good as thought. As the law thought. Because the law has been broken. Now Frandon has to play this angle very efficiently. And he does. And now it's time for Infernape and Frandon to play together. Against Frogger. They cannot do 1v1s. They keep on trying these 1v1s. But it just never works against Frogger. Frogger knows what he's doing. He plays with their mind. But Infernape called the bluff. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe Infernape is actually the one who knows how to play with his mind. And that lead is definitely restored. Look at this economy. Look at how much better off CI is compared to Utah. Utah only has pistols, a guardian, and a bulldog. It is not ideal for them whatsoever. Looks like they just want to run on site. Teams like Utah really does want to play back, really want to do that retake, play in those close angles because they're forced to, not because they want to.
Destroyed.
And we are seeing Infernape go in for the lurk, but did you see the other pro lurkers go in as well? This
Face your fear!
facing their fears, Mahina really spreads that fear. Brandon eliminates in quick succession. And now, the last two are in heaven. Or will they go to heaven? It seems like Bishop will send them there. Now it's 3v3, but the guns is really what makes the difference right now. Boom! Circling around, and round 12 goes to CI. It is now 12 and 10. And like I said, that momentum is really what's key right now. Because now in match point, even on match point, I should say, Utah can't do what they want. And now another timeout. But for a second, let's really take a look at these KDs. Because we are seeing a very beautiful game go on so far. So Bishop at that top frag with 24 and 14. Scary at 21 and 18. And Fernape at 16 17. Brandon at 15 16. And Mahina at 11 and 17. That is a beautiful play. You know these teammates are playing together. You know they're communicating. And they also have their guns and money up. They can take a beating. They can take a loss. But more importantly, they can send that beating. However, Utah, Brenz, 21-19, Frogger, 18-16, Nick, 18-18, Law, 13-18, and our dog at 12 and 17. Once again, this side is also playing together, but they've had so many Pyrrhic victories that it's chipped away at all their money. They have full guns, but they don't have full armor, and that health can definitely change the tide of a battle. And now, it's 12 and 10. Back into the game we go. We're really seeing it now. CI has that lead. They have the advantage. All I have to do is make that good strike, and they win this game entirely. Alright, looks like Infernape and Brandon are back at it again with that duo combo. Dogging it out. But isn't really going to see much. But there are a couple shots that go off on the dog, meaning that Brandon knows that there are his presence on A. Now let's see what Nick is doing over here. Nick is deaf, and he gets hit by a grenade. Shoots it out of fear because he believed that it was an enemy, but it was not. Well, it came from it, but it wasn't directly. I know, the fear is unsettling for Utah right now. That stress that Mahina and Scary can really throw at their opposing team is immense. Ooh, that grenade unfortunately misses. Brenz does not really get that hit off the way he wanted it to. But now, Mahina gets the first pick of the round with Nick. And now Law puts down the hammer on Brandon. As now Infernape is alone, but that rotate is coming through. Infernape is getting that reinforcements that is so necessary right now. Smoking off the main angles and trying to get a push in, flooding that site right now. Bishop sends Brents to heaven. Law removes the fear. Infernape removes the law. That heaven angle is going to be really nice for Frogger. Frogger actually using his ult to TP for intel, but he was stopped before he can get a full scan. But that doesn't really matter too much because you can assume where the angles are based on where you get attacked from. But Frogger is now stunned. He's the only one left alive on his last stand, and that game goes to Channel Islands. Beautiful game. GG's on both sides. A very close game. And that definitely is a map win. Game win for CI. Actually, great job both sides. Great job, both teams. That is a win for CSUCI. Beautiful match, beautiful setup. Absolutely even game that went on to a third round, to went on to overtime. That is how you want to see your games. Going back and forth, left and right. And ultimately, one side prevailing, and that one side is Channel Islands. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Come back next time. We have another game on Friday. We have another game. We have 2 games on Saturday. One is going to be the Cal State Cup for Marvel Rivals, and the other is going to be Valorant, the show match versus Long Beach and Channel Islands. And that's going to be in person, so I hope you're there in person. And also, come in on Twitch. Thank you once again, everyone, and I hope you catch the wave.